So that was it about Shymkent, and join me on my next travel towards Turkistan, another city almost 4 hours from here. That's a bit funny now. I was asking the conductor, he said no, it's not that train. But it's also on track number 1. And it's now 1 minute until departure. He said he doesn't know where mine is. Okay, I asked even about train number. I hope they are late. But let me go to that information desk again. On my way, I double checked with other conductors. This is train 33, not 306. So it's definitely not mine. It was the right train, but I was showing them the wrong ticket. The next ticket which I have for the next train. They just looked at the number and they didn't listen which city it is. I'm inside already. This stupid mistake could have cost me a lot. Well, a missed train. I would have been able to come in a different way to not miss the next night train, which I have at the evening, but still, a very stupid mistake. I showed the wrong ticket. Oh wow. And then, since I didn't have a lot of time, I had to go to the information and I could have missed it. Not a good idea. So here we are leaving. I'm already mixed up with all the names, but it's Shymkent. I'm standing outside here in the, what do you call veranda in the train? Tambur na Ruskom, in Russian. But how do you call this place in English? I don't even know. I'm standing here to cool down because it's colder here. Inside the car, it's very hot, and I have been running to that ticket information office and back. They came and we started to move. And we move so slowly, like we start moving so slowly, you can't even feel it. You just see that suddenly the ground is starting to float away without any yanking around.
Игрушки, oyuncak.
They're selling toys for children. And they're selling ice cream as well. We can see our own tails.
Oyuncak.
Camels remind me of South Sudan. It's also dry, half desert, and flat. Well, at least that part of South Sudan where I was in Capoeira East. Imagine how in the old days, people in the Silk Road here, this is part of the Silk Road, how they were dealing with these landscapes. Imagine if you travel on camel here from China to Europe and there is nothing. Now we at least see some electrical poles. They didn't have even those things to see. Now we're driving on a train, eating, having hot water and all the amenities. But they had only camels. How do you know where to get water is the next. How do you know even which direction to go if everywhere you look, it looks exactly the same? There is no difference. Okay, I understand you can navigate by the sun to a certain extent, but still, how do you know, navigating by sun or stars, that you will reach the next place where you can get some water before you or your camels might die? I just saw something interesting there. Here, again, camels, but funny camels. The Arab type, one-humped camels, not the Bactrian two-humped camels. I was thinking that in Central Asia there are only two-humped camels, the Bactrian camels. But even there, I don't know if you can see in the distance, I see there where I'm pointing, there are one-humped camels. Well, they're kind of darker in color, the fur is darker than usually in Arab countries like they have, or in Egypt, or in Kenya. But they are one-humped camels. I never expected that to see here. Anybody of you friends know? What is the story about it? And here, in the middle of this nowhere, look. Somebody lives there. And there are horses even. How would it be to live in such a place? What do you think, friends? Would you be willing to try? If you are watching this video, probably you have voted with your feet already. Or your ancestors have voted with their feet not to be here. There is one more house further afield there. That's your closest neighbor. Okay, my friends, I have finished with my eating and drinking. Enjoyed the landscapes at these tables. And let me now go back to my bed. It's actually funny. It's almost 4-hour drive from Shymkent to Turkistan. Turkistan is a city, by the way, not a country, as it might seem. And these almost 4 hours, they don't feel like a tiring thing. Normally when you have a 4-hour bus drive or train drive in Europe, for example, you get prepared that it will be very tiresome, especially if it's a new bus or new train with their very hard seats with almost vertical backrests, which are so uncomfortable. And then you get ready that after these 4 hours you'll be terribly tired and you will need a good rest. Well, here it's other way around. You walk and explore the city and that's where you get tired. But then you get in the train. There is some village with a mosque. Then you get in the train and you get rest for 4 hours. You sleep, you enjoy, you do whatever you need to do cases, had a very nice, good night's sleep. I love these trains. These sleeper trains, they're amazing. Yeah, and that small village even have a tarmac road passing by right here. Cool. But it looks like we are arriving at some other station. Let me have a quick peek. How does it look before I return to my bed? Как называется эта остановка?
Тимур.
Ти?
Тимур.
Кимур.
Да.
Тимур. Ага. This place is called Timur. But it's too small for us to get out. So we are arriving in Turkistan train station. Спасибо. So friends, we have arrived. Welcome to Turkistan. Yeah, you can buy the breads as well here. And the rain is not there anymore. Amazing. We'll have about 5 hours, bit less, in this city before I need to board on a night sleeping train towards Tajikistan. Sorry, Tajikistan. Towards Tashkent. Towards Tashkent in Uzbekistan.